Hi, Goddess. Today, hi, Kelly. Today, we are starting right at 10:30. We are going to be going for 40 minutes. Sorry, let me start fresh. Today is day number 6 of the blind faith experiment. We have been adding 5 minutes onto every day incrementally. Today, we will be doing a blind faith experiment, a do nothing session for 40 minutes, since yesterday's was 35 minutes. Another thing to point out, we will be doing this with our eyes closed this time. This is the next level of a do nothing session. If you don't feel comfortable closing your eyes yet, remain with your eyes open and gently blink for the 40 minutes. Oh, here it is. But yeah, if you feel like confident enough to try it, try it. If you feel like your imagination is getting a little too vivid, just open your eyes again and reset. You may be seeing part of the time I might have my eyes open, part of the time I might have my eyes closed. I just go based on my instincts. I don't try to overcorrect myself or overmanage myself. Hey, Stephanie. I just allow myself to do what feels best and most in alignment in that moment. So if I feel a sudden urge to open my eyes, I will. If I feel a sudden urge to close my eyes, I will. That's how I do my do nothing sessions. And like I said, it's totally up to you. So we will be getting started right at 10:30. 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 Matter of fact, let me put that in the Discord chat so that everybody knows and they're not thrown off guard. Discord. Hello. Hello, my fellow experimenters. We will begin right at 10:30. So 30. Today's do nothing session will be 40 minutes long, 40 minutes, and we will be trying it with our eyes closed today. If your imagination becomes too active, feel free to open your eyes gently and do it the original way. See you soon. XOXO. Hi, beautiful. Hey, Megan. Good morning. How you feeling? We will be getting started in about 1 minute. So get comfortable, lie down or sit down. Get into a natural breathing rhythm. Breathe in, release. Breathe in, release. You well? You're feeling good? The use. That's all there is to feel sometimes. It's just good. You're so magically pretty. Thank you. I'm feeling good. Oop, it's 10:30. I feel good. I went to bed really late, so I'm a little tired, but I feel good other than that. Yeah, I feel free. I feel liberated. I feel like I'm in a surplus of goodness, yumminess, satisfaction. Yeah, that's what I'm feeling. I had to check in with myself real quick. This week has been so great. Thanks for this experiment. Thank you for joining me. This week has been a really great week. It's been a really random week, but it's also been a week that I expected. Like you ever get to the point where like nothing is really random anymore? You're not really surprised or shocked anymore. Like you're surprised sometimes, surface level wise, but deep down you already knew that you were going to get that thing or experience that experience because you're just an abundant person naturally. You are someone who attracts what you want naturally now. Like it's not something you have to try to do anymore. You just kind of expect surprises and blessings and new things coming into your life every day. Like you just, yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, so give you one more rundown before we get started. Today, it will be a 40-minute do nothing session. This time, I want you to try it with your eyes closed. If your imagination starts to turn up and get too active, feel free to just go back to the original way that we do it with your eyes open, relaxed, gently blinking, not straining, trying to stare at something, but focused on a central point, relaxed, and just blinking normally. But if you're up for a twist, close those eyes today. Get lost, okay? Get lost inside. Sit in that seat of the observer and just let the darkness of your eyes being closed, like cloak over you and become you until you are nothing, no one, and nowhere. Just pure awareness, okay? That is the goal here. All right, so get comfortable. I am going to mute myself. And if you would like to play an instrumental with no lyrics, feel free to do that as well. Other than that, let's begin. Oh yeah, let me set the timer. The helly? Hold on now. I gotta set the timer. 40 minutes. There we go. All right. Ready, set, go. Rise and shine. How are we feeling? How are we feeling? How are we feeling? Wake up, wake up, wake up. Hi, Saint. Feeling so good. Good. I almost started drifting off to sleep. Yeah, for me this time, I think because I stayed up until like probably like 4 a.m., I was this close. And I felt, you know, that wave of sleep that like washes over you? I felt that 3 times. And I was like, ooh, straighten up. Do some deep breaths. Figure it out. Because, yeah, you're feeling calm, relaxed and a little sleepy, but feel good. Good. Feeling relaxed. The gentle sleep tingles came over me. Yeah, I felt it this time. So now, we are going to start our Q&A portion. If you have any particular questions, I am more than happy to answer any. You're feeling calm? Good. And I don't remember who suggested it. Maybe it was Cell or Soul, but doing it in the morning is elite. Because it literally sets the rest of my day. And every time I look back to how I started my day. Because anytime like I'm feeling some type of like irritation or any type of frustration or resistance, I always think, how did I start my day today? Because that always sets the tone. And I think back and said, well, I started my day in the seat of God, of consciousness, of the observer. And I existed in that state. And so it just kind of reminds me like, you're never too far from peace. If it's peace that you want, you're never too far from it. And it dissolves all the frustration and resistance the second I remember how I started my day. I went to sleep repeating I am and isn't it wonderful? Woke up feeling amazing. So aligned because, oh, that's good for you, boo. I will say for those of us who are participating in the blind faith experiment, we are not currently doing techniques because we're using a whole nother level of decision and understanding when it comes to manifestation. So aligned because I'm manifesting peace from a situation. Ooh. Me gusta mucho. You care to share with the class? What is the Blind Faith Challenge? So it is actually called the Blind Faith Experiment. And the reason that I differentiated it this time is because it's not a challenge. None of this is ever a challenge. Nothing is truly a challenge if you think about it. The perception of a challenge itself, or the perception of something being hard, or the perception of an obstacle is just that. It's just a perception. And so I started to switch over to saying experiment because I realized we are quite literally all consciousness, source, just fucking around down here or in here, wherever we are. And we are experimenting We're experimenting. We're seeing what we can do once we remove the programming that we've received our entire lives. And when we truly trust that we are source, trust that we are God, trust that we are consciousness, trust that we are awareness, having a human experience, that right there is where things get good. Hi, beautiful. How are you? It's just a family situation. It's very tense and expensive, and I'm getting away from all of it. Yes. I love that for you. But yeah, so we've been doing it. Today is day 6. So it's a 7-day experiment. We've been doing it for 6 days so far, and we've been incrementally adding 5 minutes every time we do a do nothing session. If you are curious about what a do nothing session is, it is what we just got done doing. I have more details about it pinned on my profile, but just for a brief explanation, it's where you sit in stillness and you sit in silence and you observe your thoughts. You don't think thoughts. You don't create new thoughts. You don't engage with the thoughts or argue with the thoughts. You just kind of observe them like they're clouds passing by in the sky, or like they're cars passing by on the highway and you're on the bridge above it just watching the cars. That's how you got to see your thoughts. And a lot of people are like, I'm struggling with this. I'm struggling with the do nothing session because I can't stop my thoughts. You're not supposed to stop your thoughts, babe. You're supposed to watch them and not form any opinions or emotions about them. Okay? And if you form an opinion accidentally, just drop back into silence and stillness. Remind yourself. If you find yourself being emotional, being triggered, release the emotion. Allow the emotion to flow through you. Cry, laugh, giggle, whatever it is. Right? And then drop back into the seat of awareness. And you keep doing that over and over again. Your mind is going to realize, oh, wait, we're sitting still. And when we're sitting still, that's our us time. That's time for us to commune with ourselves as consciousness. It's God having a meeting with God with no words, no obligations, no goals, just pure quality time. It's consciousness having a meeting with consciousness. No requirements, just being, just existing. And what this does is your thoughts that keep persisting and trying to get your attention, they are going to actually end up dissolving, because the only thing that keeps those thoughts alive is your attention, your engagement, your emotional connection, and attachment to them. So when you sit back in the observer seat and you allow the thoughts to just go on by, and they're like, why is Ima not paying attention to us? Or why isn't she being emotional like normal? Why isn't she reacting to us? They dissolve. And what's left over after all those intrusive thoughts to dissolve, after all that extra stuff and muck dissolve, is now empty space for your desires to express into. Okay? So essentially, it's kind of like your brain is taking a shower. I consider that to be what a do nothing session is, I guess. But yeah, you're kind of just spending quality time with yourself, your higher self, and becoming an open vessel for who you are currently being and whatever desires you have, right? So yeah, we started on Sunday with 10 minutes, and we've added 5 minutes every single day. And today was 40 minutes. So tomorrow is the last day of the experiment, and we will be doing 45. Let's see. I love how you put it. No obligation, just being. Yeah, there is no goal. Like, I don't want anyone to sit down in a do nothing session and be like, okay, I have to do this, and I have to do it for this long, and I have to do it this way. And if I didn't do it that way, then I failed. No. If you fall asleep, you did it right. If you don't fall asleep, you did it right. If you react emotionally at some point and fall back into it, you did it right. As long as you recenter yourself back in the observer seat, Sometimes I do get caught up in the conversations, in the rambling, in the chatter in the background. And I'm like, what? Oh, never mind. And I'm like, I didn't say that. Oh, what? Never mind. Another thing that helps me to not get caught up in the conversations in the chatter is breathing. Deep, deep breathing. That's a cue to not think. It kind of takes my brain, it takes all my brain's attention and it puts it down here so that it's not up here with the background chatter. It takes the brain's attention and it puts it down here. So when I implement deep breathing into my do nothing sessions, it just changes the game. That makes a lot of sense. Yeah, Kat. So just try it out. For starters, I would try it for 5 minutes and then I would try it for 10 minutes. And I would stay at 10 minutes for as long as felt comfortable. And then I would move up. But naturally, a lot of people, their first time, they tend to do it a lot longer. Because they're not really considering time in that instance. The only reason I'm considering time is because I know y'all got things to do, places to go, and I know y'all want to come in here and do it together and get it done, so that's why we're timing it. Normally, I don't put on a timer for my do nothing sessions. I let the do nothing session in intuitively. Like I will naturally at some point open my eyes or I will naturally feel the urge to just get up. But I let my do nothing session in intuitively. I manifested something instantly yesterday after our do nothing session. Chels, congrats, boo. Congrats, girl. Ma'am, respectfully, everything about you is so mesmerizing. Thank you, Mari. I appreciate that. That was one of my affirmations quite some time ago. See, a lot of the best affirmations, I feel like, came to me during the pandemic when we were on lockdown during 2020. Like, I mean, we had nothing else to do but think. Like, we had nothing else to do. So, yes, I breathe when I notice I want to engage. It works every time. It's like flushing your thoughts down the toilet. Because you're immediately distracted from the inhale. Like that automated system is like, oh, we don't have time for these thoughts. Let's go breathe. And then your mind feels clear for that moment. I manifested instantly yesterday as well. Oh my goodness. You guys are on a roll. Do you have any advice on how to expand your faith? Absolutely, I do. So the first thing I ever realized that I did on purpose to expand my faith and become more trusting in my abilities and powers to manifest and more trusting that I am God, source consciousness awareness was putting myself in the position where I had to trust myself. Doing shit where I had to quite literally trust myself. Like, a lot of us don't put ourselves in a position where we're taking risks. So I would take risks. I would do things alone. I would go on walks alone. I would go to places alone. I would put myself in the position to where I had to have blind faith and trust myself. If you never put yourself in a position to where you don't have to rely on anybody else and you don't have no choice but to use your intuition and trust yourself, that is what's going to strengthen it. It's kind of like a muscle in the gym. It's always going to be a muscle, right? Your intuition is always going to be your intuition. But if you don't use it, it's not going to be as strong as someone else who uses their intuition intentionally on the regular, on purpose, right? So risk takers, most of them, I'm not going to say all of them, because some risk takers, they just risk things because they're desperate. They're like gamblers, like they're addicted. It's not really I trust myself. It's if I don't do this, I ain't gonna make no money. That's the vibe. But you don't want to be there. You want to be, anything could happen right now. Anything could come to me right now, or anything could leave me right now. And I would be okay. I would be at peace. I would be still able to live a fulfilling, deeply, deeply satisfying, exciting, joyful, fun, easy life. Anything could be taken away from me right now. Anything could be given to me right now. Anything could happen right now. And I could still live a peaceful, fulfilling, and satisfying life. That mindset is what allowed me to be more comfortable with taking risks and putting myself in positions where I had no choice but to trust myself. I'll give you an example. For the first time, or no, not for the first time. Well, yeah, for the first time. For the first time in 2000 and I think 19 or 18, I moved to a whole new city by myself. Hey, Malaysia. I moved to a whole new city by myself. And that took every ounce of faith that I had. I didn't know anybody. I didn't know where I was at any given moment. I couldn't tell you. I had to use Google Maps everywhere. The only thing I knew was my condo and my job for a long time, until I started to put myself in a position to expand my faith, Kat. So I want you to start surprising yourself. I want you to start using your free will more often. On days where you would normally just bed rot and you would just exist in your room, I want you to go to your favorite part of your city and I want you to just walk around. Expect something to come to you, whether that be an idea, a person. In fact, don't even specify what's going to come to you on your magnet walks. I want you to just be open to being surprised. And when you do these magnet walks, it trains you to expect the unexpected, right? So anything that is not of your world in this moment, whether that be riches, your SP or whatever, will become expected. It's kind of like a little mind game you play with yourself. So you put yourself in positions where you have to trust yourself. Hi, Porton. I love that. I'm going to do it. Yes, just do it. Like a lot of people, when I say this, they're like, so you want me to just take a crazy risk? You want me to just take all my savings out of my... And I'm like, slow down. Slow down. I'm not telling you to do anything. I just want you to take more risks and put yourself in the position to trust yourself. Okay? It don't have to be a big risk, but you could do a small risk. Like wear an outfit that no one has ever seen you in before. That's a small risk. Cut your hair and dye it. That's a small risk, right? Content creating every day is a risk for me. That is a risk. You're putting your public image on the line. Not even on the line, but you're putting yourself out there, right? It's a small one, but I do it every day. See? She is training herself to trust herself. She is training herself to trust her intuition. She is training herself to be in unfamiliar and unknown territories without letting fear guide her choices, right? So think about the ocean and how little we truly know about it. That's why it's scary. Think about the dark and how you don't really know what's in it. That's very scary, right? Think about getting on a roller coaster that you can't see the end of because it ends on the other side of the theme park. That's a little scary, right? So fear is not always a bad thing in this circumstance. I use my fear as a catalyst. Scary to do what, y'all? Just to take a risk and trust yourself after you take the risk. You have to scare your fear. Read that again. Oh, you ate that, Sterling. Sterling, why don't you write a book? Please. Thank you, Porton. I love this. I'm loving that you love this. Another way that I put myself in the position to grow and strengthen my intuition and my self-trust and my blind faith, I expose myself to the people who have the things I desire. like pretty frequently. I don't experience jealousy anymore or envy anymore because now I understand that there is not a lack of anything in this existence. There is not a lack of anything. The government could say we're not making any more pennies, or the government could say we have this much money in the whatever the money place is where they make the money. But I know that it's still an infinite source of money, right? They could say, oh, well, there's only like 4.2 billion men in the world. There's still infinite options for me. Or they could be like, oh, this purse, there's only been 40 versions of this purse made. And I'm a candidate for one of the purses. It was only 40 purses like this made in the whole world. Okay. I have infinite options. I have limitless availability of creativity. We live in an infinite and eternal existence. We are just currently experiencing the human one. We decided to express as a human. Limitation is such a big lie, a massive lie. Exactly. Literally. The minute I am scared, I do it. Too late. Fear, it's done. Bye. Yep, that's me. I use fear as a catalyst. I'm like, oh, you acting scary? That means we definitely supposed to do this because you've been wanting to do this for so long. I don't want to hear nothing. Oh, you hesitating? Oh, you feeling apprehensive? We doing it even harder now. Like, that's like, yeah, fear is my catalyst. One of my catalysts. Ooh. I want to talk. You want to talk, boo? You want to come up here? Or you just saying like you want to talk in general? Yeah, that's where I am with conscious manifestation, understanding the reality that we live in. In fact, let's talk about the reality that we live in. I am writing a book right now, so I'm giving y'all a little preview of what I'm writing about. So I want to come up for 5 minutes. Okay, bet. Oh, excuse me. Hi, honey. Can you hear me? Sterling is my Beyonce, if you guys don't know. I love this girl.
Hey. Beyonce in the building.
Beehive.
I just wanted to share something that has become even more clear for me nowadays. Limitation is such a lie. Like, reality is not real. Nothing is real. Let me give you an example. I told you I played the lottery nowadays, right? I'm having fun. I played yesterday again and I got $5. Okay. And I was like, see how easily I got those $5 that I did not have a second ago? That's how easily it could have been 5 million. Okay?
Clock that T, honey. That's
Just
how easily it could have been 5 million. Y'all heard her, right?
just do the damn thing. Just do it. Like what are you scared of? What's the worst case scenario? I was gonna say I'm not saying gamble your life away. That's not what I'm saying. But trust that it's possible for you. Those people who played out of nowhere and got 5 million and got two heads. Some people played for the first time, some people played for the 100th time. Just do it. And I don't know if you heard the story that Bashar told about this lady that was a photographer and her dream was to travel all over the world and she was trying to manifest that. And at some point, she got an idea to go to the airplane company and tell them, you know what, I'm a photographer. If you would fly me to such and such places, I would take beautiful pictures. You would own the pictures that you can use all over your sites, whatever, as long as you fly me. Somebody who is not open to such extreme possibilities wouldn't dare ask and would think, why would they do that? I'm crazy for even going there and suggesting. But she wasn't scared. I mean, she might have been scared, but she did it. She went, she asked. Apparently, not only did they fly her all over the place, but they also like covered her hotel fees and they paid her on top. Okay. So out of nowhere, you're telling me I got exactly what I wanted and more. I lived my dreams without having a penny to invest in those travels? Is that what you're saying? Just because I dared to believe that it was possible? Just because I asked? So nowadays, this is a theme for me. Reality is not real. You can actually get whatever you want. Do not think that your desires have to come under a certain path, a certain way. I could go viral today and get a brand deal. I could come across the richest man in the world while going to the toilet. You know, I work for a bank. I'm on the floor right now where wealthy people come to get advice. I could come across the guy. And where I might have thought, well, when am I going to find love? Am I going to find a wealthy guy? Out of nowhere like that, it's done. So just believe it can be. And actually, you don't even have to believe. It is. You don't control those possibilities. That gets me excited like crazy. Because I'm thinking people who don't have this realization are going to live their whole life scared, worried, looking at the 3D, not trying, sad. Why would you put yourself in such a prison while literally you can create that reality? Okay. It's crazy. I was talking to a colleague yesterday. I don't know what brought up the conversation. And I was like, technically, if I told you right now that I am in Bahamas at La Playa having fun, I decided that here, when I close my eyes, I'm in Bahamas. Who's going to tell me I'm not? It's not my problem. Okay? If I close my eyes, I would feel the sand, the warmth, the whatever. If I want to give myself that experience just right this second, and it's here, you cannot come up here and tell me it's not happening. Okay? So, believe, open yourself to possibilities. Don't constrict yourself. Life is beautiful. Life is what you make it. And I say all this, I'm far from perfect. You know, I see the 3D, I see issues. Like, not everything is perfect, but I'm just glad that I can touch on that because the way I think today compared to like a year ago, it's making my life way easier than it would have been. I told you, I'm trying, see, and I swear, I'm trying, I want to. It's becoming more difficult for me to say these words. Okay? But I'm going to say it for the sake of explaining. There is a situation in my past that I am so mad about. I want to be born again just so that I don't have to go through it. Something very difficult that I didn't choose. That still seems to be affecting my present. It has to do with a relationship, and I have a child with that individual. So it's like there is a reminder in my house every day, and he looks exactly like him. How am I going to live in a reality where he never existed? It's tough. But unless I do that, unless I get to that level, he's always going to have that stronghold in my present life. I don't like it. And I was having a talk yesterday with a specialist, and they were like, you have to seek help regarding how you handle that situation because that individual is toxic. You're not going to change him. You need to change yourself, right? And I realized that. But I refuse to seek more help from a psychologist when it comes to that because it's like I'm going back in the past. I'm accepting that it happened. I don't want it. I don't want it. What's the next step? Where are we going from here? I'm not saying it's easy. I'm not saying it's going to sort itself overnight. But I think it's so powerful that I'm able to think like that. Like, I never really touched on why I hate when I'm told to go seek help regarding it. I'm now realizing that it's because I don't want it. Because if I say I lived through, I don't want to say the world just in case it affects your life. But you know, when you are in a relationship, things don't go well, and the guys, VIOL, whatever. When I'm told to go seek help about that, I realize that okay, I'm accepting that it happened. Not just that it happened, but it's still affecting me. But if I get to a state where it never happened, that wasn't me. That wasn't me. I don't know who that was, but it wasn't me. I didn't live through it. Bye. That's what I'm trying to accomplish. And I know if I decide, it's going to be the case. We're getting there. I have no choice but to say we're getting there because it's not perfect just yet. But you see the spirit of it, right? I don't want it. I do not want it. I do not accept it. I am not that. So we're going to crystallize it here. So all that to say, knowledge is power. And I hope everybody can get this knowledge. You said write a book. First of all, I'm going to try to put across my message on the internet like I have started to do. I'm now inspired to speak on my manifestation channel. Because if there is something, I don't know how to package my message yet, but one thing I know is that I think everybody deserves this knowledge that's going to help them not be constrained in their mind. Okay, that was me.
No, don't get out. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm not gonna hold you hostage.
I hope that makes sense for somebody. I hope that makes sense for somebody. I refuse to let what I see dictate my world. I want my world to be what I decide it to be. And that must be joy, peace, happiness.
You want to know something funny, Sterling? There's a ladybug flying around. Something funny is you are one of the most wise women that I know.
Oh, no.
And so that's why sometimes when you be asking the questions, I'm like, I know she already know the answer. But I'm like, I know also that Sterling just needs to talk it out. And so that's why I'm like,
Yes, that's the thing.
Because like sometimes I be needing to talk stuff out too. And it reactivates that wisdom that actually never left. It was always actually there. It just reactivates it and reminds you that it was there, right? So
yeah.
This ladybug been in my room since last night. My bad. It's like I'm like irritated now because I'm like, I thought you died last night.
When I ask questions, it's really I'm that type of, because I talk to myself a lot. I'm the type of girl, when I'm not good, when I'm not feeling well, I'm going to stop and say, okay, Sterling, what's up? What's up, girl? What's up? What's happening? Why are you mad? I say, qu'est-ce qui se passe?
That's so me.
Okay, what do we need? What do we want? What do we want to do? What's stressing us? How do we address it? So sometimes my questions are asked because I need that framework to actually get to the conclusion of what I want and what it's going to be. You see?
Okay. I see the vision.
Like I accept that I'm still on the way. I'm there, but at the same time, I'm on the way.
Exactly.
And I don't know if you saw, okay, I have to go, but I have to say this. I don't know if you saw my comment on one of your videos. You know the 4 steps that we talked about?
Yes.
I was saying that though I'm making a parallel, I'm just trying to make a parallel that it resembles a formula.
Okay.
Because when I think about that situation that I want to erase, technically, if I go through the 4 steps, I'm gonna be okay because I'm gonna go back and say, okay, what's the desire? I want to erase it. Okay, have you decided that you want to erase it? Okay, step 3. So it's as if every single question anybody is gonna have about manifestation, life, something that they're going through,
There's an answer.
if they go through that, the answer is there. And I don't know if you realize that, but I realized that. And it's very
It's
interesting.
I just realized that with like recently, because what even made me say like, oh, like there's 4 points of the path of a desire was because I was like, I was looking back at when I manifested something and I was like, what states of being was I in? And I just had to like look through my journal entries and I was like, okay, I received the desire on this day. I wrote about it. I was like, I'm really interested in having this thing. And then I was convicted and decided that I had it once I found out that I was source on this day. And then that's when I started clearing out stuff, decluttering stuff, making space for it. Because I'm like, okay, how did I manifest a whole new life in Charlotte in a condo that I never could have afforded? Okay, I made space. So I was throwing shit away. I was packing. I was giving things away. I was selling things. I was making space for my desire. And then I just got out of the way. I just kind of like, I was doing, I even planned a going away party, like in advance. Like, I was just doing the things that like I was inspired to do, but I did not do them because I thought that that's what would make it happen faster. It was more so I'm on this ride and I'm doing what feels good at any given moment. And I know that what I'm doing at any given moment is right because I trust myself and I trust my intuition and I trust that I am source and I trust the decision that I made in step 2. I already made the decision. I don't need to redecide again. The only way you will have to go back to step 2 to redecide again is if you change your mind about what you want. That's it. But you don't have to redecide again. You don't have to reaffirm again. The only time I will affirm or like saturate is when I'm just like wanting to spend time with my desire, just like putting myself there. Like I'm not doing it to get it. I'm just like,
Contemplate it.
I'm contemplating it. I'm contemplating it.
So that was me. It had to come out as if I was giving birth. And that's how I feel right now.
Yes, literally.
All right. So
All
actually,
right,
I'm going to
boo.
have an appointment with a financial advisor to review my finances. And I'm
Yes.
doing it just because I'm making space, not because anything is wrong. Okay, bye.
All right,
Have a good
Sterling. Bye. I
day.
love you. I can't wait to see you again.
Thank you.
I love Sterling. I love you. She's the best. She's been with me for a long time. We've been together. We've been in this community together for a long time. And hi, Battle.
Good morning. Goodbye.
Dang, he just came in and went right back out. That was so profound. Sterling, I want you to come up here more often. And also I need y'all to follow. Sterling has a manifestation page called Manifesting Queen, I think. And if you enjoyed the way she just spoke life into all of us, she does the exact same thing on her page. She sounds exactly the same. It's the same wisdom, the same insight, the same voice, the same her. Can you sum up what she said? I couldn't focus. She essentially was saying, when you get to a certain level, all you need to do is talk things out to just lay it out in front of you. You don't actually need advice, in a sense. You could use a little bit, maybe just another perspective, but it's not like no one's like telling you what to do. They're just sharing their perspective on a situation, which helps you give yourself advice. Hey, Empress. Ding, ding, ding. The one and only, the beautiful. Um, so yeah, tap in to Sterling when you get the opportunity. Let's see. Let me just give y'all my updates before I wrap things up. Tomorrow is the last day of the blind faith experiment. That do nothing session that we're doing will be 45 minutes. So make sure that you are hydrated, you stretch beforehand, you get comfortable. I don't know, some people like to do it sitting down or laying down. It's totally up to you. If you want to go to a park, if you want to go to a garden, if you want to go on a walk, if you want to get on the treadmill while you're doing it, that's fine too. Is she on TikTok or YouTube? She's on TikTok. I don't know her YouTube yet, but I think her name is just Manifesting Queen. You're 4 days late. It's okay, boo. I will be doing another blind faith experiment, potentially in February or March, because I'm considering doing something else for February since it's like the month of love and romance. Oh, Sterling, they want to know all your info. They want to know what your manifesting page is. They want to know if you have a YouTube and stuff like that. They want to know your info so they can find you. Oh, Manifestation Queen. My bad. Yeah. Sorry, I have like 4 TikTok accounts. Yeah. Yeah, she got a lot of accounts. But that specific one is where she like talks her ish. Okay. That she was just talking right here. Yeah. You are famous. I keep telling Sterling that. Like she don't realize like she was born for it. Like her name is Sterling. You were born for the luxury life. You were born for the finer things. Like you were born to show the girls how to enjoy it. You feel me? Like Beyonce was born with a name Beyonce. Of course she was gonna be Beyonce. You feel me? Sterling was born with a name, or even if you weren't born with that name, like your name is Sterling. You feel me? Yo, share with us, share. You know what I'm saying? Share a little bit of that. But I feel like a shame I have to go, but see you soon. See you soon. So yeah, tomorrow's the last day. We'll be doing it with our eyes closed. We'll be doing it for 45 minutes. And then our book club, the first meeting is on Sunday at 12:30 p.m. Okay? You will be reading 1 through 6. We will be reading chapter 7 together on the call in the Discord server, but come already having read chapters 1 through 6. Yeah, chapters 1 through 6. If you have any questions, what book? We are currently reading The Power of Your Subconscious Mind by Joseph Murphy. If you would like the book, I have it available for free in my link tree. It's in my bio. It'll be 12:30 p.m. Eastern Time, Sunday. What day? It's going to be Sunday. Sorry. What hour? 12:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Yeah. If you're interested, you can join the God State Collective Discord community for free. That link is also in my link tree as well. Pretty much everything you need to know about anything, link tree. If you want my YouTube, my first video should be uploaded probably Sunday, the same day as the book club. I'm scared. I'm going all the way. I'm scared. It's okay. It's happening. It's happening, everybody. It's happening. Ema is actually uploading a pre-recorded and edited video to YouTube, and not just her TikTok lives. It's so interesting because I feel so confident when I'm in my lives. I don't really stutter. I don't stumble. I receive, these streams of consciousness easily. I can give you a whole entire dissertation of, my philosophy and things of that nature. But for some reason, when I sit down in front of that camera and just press record, I'm like, duh, huh? So I'm just like getting back acclimated with pre-recorded content. And it's so funny because people actually prefer to record pre-recorded content because they feel more comfortable because they know they can edit and everything. And they feel like going live is actually really hard. But it's the opposite for me. At my grown age. It's okay though. It's okay though. We are the universe's baby. Because nobody's as old as the universe. Well, the human version of you. So we are just baby. We're just baby. But yeah, that is it. That is all. Now I am going to go eat something. Maybe roll something. And take a nap. And then I'm going to wake up and I'm going to read some more of that book that we're doing for Sunday. So I will see you guys tomorrow morning for our final Do Nothing session for the last day of the Blind Faith Experiment. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being you. I love you, love you, love you deeply, deeply, deeply. And I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.